Welcome to Muscles and Malarkey, a podcast about all things strength, fitness, and fun. I'm your host, Mary. Today, I want to get into the bare bone basics of getting started in the gym. There are many different reasons or whys for starting your fitness routine. Maybe you want to get faster or be strong enough to pick up the cat food at the store. Maybe you want to do a marathon or become the next world's strongest man or woman. You want to get in, you're ready, your motivation is here, you've been following some gym girlies for a minute, and you think, I want to do that. With this in mind, let's move forward with the idea that your focus is to increase your overall body strength and build some cool looking muscles. Insert bicep emoji here. First off, it's time to find a gym. There are different styles of gyms out there. Some are commercial style gyms. These are your Planet Fitness, Snap Fitness, YMCAs, things like that. Some gyms are more specific to a style of training like bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit. So choosing your gym is going to be based on your own personal factors, like how much the gym membership costs, maybe the distance to and from your home or your work. If you are interested in taking classes, the class times might be a factor, or the gym hours themselves. There's a lot of factors, so make sure you put a list together of your most important factors and try and find a gym that meets almost all, if not most, of that criteria. Another factor to consider is how long you want your workouts to be. At the low end, I recommend at least 30 minutes for a workout. Ideally, I would advise around 45 minutes to about an hour. Obviously, though, what matters most is what you are able to do consistently and have it fit into your schedule. Now let's move forward with the idea that you're at a commercial gym. I find that these are pretty great for beginners because usually they have trainers or they have classes. That way you can ask questions in the moment if you need further guidance. We are also going to move forward as if you've never touched or even looked at a barbell before in your entire life. Good news, you don't have to jump right into barbell movements. In fact, I strongly advise against going straight into barbell movements. You can absolutely get really, really strong using just dumbbells and kettlebells because I don't know if you know this, but they have like 110-pound dumbbells out there. There's grown men bench pressing that. It's ridiculous. As you get more advanced, you can start using a barbell instead of dumbbells or kettlebells. If you take nothing else away from this episode today, please take away this. Learn the form of the movement before loading it with a barbell. Let me reiterate that. Learn your form. Now, you want to learn how to properly do a bodyweight squat. So that's unweighted. You don't have a dumbbell or a kettlebell or anything. You also want to learn how to hip hinge so that you can do movements like a deadlift. I recommend looking up videos on YouTube to learn the form for a movement or talking to those handy personal trainers that are probably at your new gym. It's important for you to learn the form so that you have a solid foundation to build upon. Don't be afraid to record yourself either. I know it's embarrassing and I know you think that people are going to be looking at you, but sometimes when we're doing a movement, we can't tell how it looks from the outside perspective. So having a recording of yourself, you don't have to show it to anybody. It's just for you. But having that can help you make changes if you are doing something wrong. It's helpful, in my opinion, to have a visual aid. Here is a solid skeleton to use when structuring your gym session. First off, you have your main compound lift, then accessory exercises, then isolation work. For the main compounds, you want to use a weight that you can complete all the reps with, but the last 1 to 2 repetitions are a little bit tougher. In regards to rep recommendations, I typically recommend 5 to 8 reps for the main compound lifts and 10 to 15 reps for the accessories and isolation movements. Repetitions are good, but the main focus is progressive overload. As the weight starts to feel easier during an exercise, that's when you know to go up in weight. Take doing a bicep curl, for example. Your muscles may be able to produce enough force to curl up a 5-pound dumbbell, but maybe not enough force to pull up a 10-pound dumbbell. You work on your muscle strength so that your body has the ability to produce enough force to lift the amount of weight you want to lift. We don't want any form breakdown here. So, check your ego at the door, all right? You don't need to lift heavy when you first start out. You just need to lift heavy enough. Now, strength is different from hypertrophy, fitness vocab time. So, hypertrophy is your muscle building upon itself or growing your muscles. Let's say those 5-pound bicep curls are getting a little too easy when you get to reps 10. That's when you're going to go maybe jump up to the 7.5 or the 10-pound dumbbell. That's how you know you're getting stronger. A good way to remember this is lower reps with higher weight are strength focused. Higher reps with moderate to lighter weight are hypertrophy focused. Your main compounds are going to work your major muscle groups. Major muscle groups for the upper body are chest, shoulders, and back. Major muscle groups for the lower body are your quads, or the front of your leg, hamstrings, the back of your leg, and glutes, which is your booty. Accessories will incorporate both major and minor muscle groups, and your isolation is going to work on the minor muscle groups. Minor muscle groups for the upper body are your traps, or when you shrug up your shoulders, that's your traps, your biceps, and your triceps, as well as your forearms. Minor muscle groups for the lower body are your calves, the muscles on your shin, and I'm including core in here as well. Even though that core is a major muscle group, we indirectly work this through our main lifts due to our body needing stability. So we put those at the end of the workout and we target it directly in the isolation movements. At the end of the day, think of it like this. Big muscles equal major, smaller muscles equal minor. Moving on to cardio, which I'm a power lifter. So of course I don't do cardio, even though every power lifter should do cardio because it's heart health and we really need to do that. But cardio is a workout focused on increasing your heart rate or training your cardiovascular system. Examples of this are walking, running, swimming, biking, dancing, etc. You want to do cardio at the end of your session, and it doesn't have to be anything strenuous. I want you to make a weekly schedule for your workouts. I typically recommend 3 days a week when you first start off. And then as you get more comfortable in your routine, you can always add another day. I don't recommend more than 5 days a week working out. I've done that in the past, and to be honest, your girl was tired. Rest days are important. Pushing your body hard day in and day out is a great way to burn yourself out. Overtraining is real. Your muscles get stronger as you recover. Those built-in rest days will help you grow. Give them a chance to grow. I promise you're still being productive and working towards your goals, even on a rest day. I would argue that it is especially on a rest day that you're doing things to help support those goals. For a 3-day-a-week program, 1 upper body day, 1 lower body day, and 1 total body day works pretty well. This means that for the first workout of the week, you are going to focus on exercises that target your upper body. Your second workout of the week will focus on the lower body. And the third workout will focus on both upper and lower, aka total body. So let's work together to flesh out a simple 3-day-a-week upper, lower, total body program. All right, kids, get out your notebooks. You might want to jot this down. If your birth year starts with 19, you better not be skipping your warm-up, okay? Trust me, I just turned 30 and I know. 5 to 10 minutes of light walking is a great way to get the blood flowing. All right, day 1, upper body. Main compound lift is going to be dumbbell bench press, 3 sets of 8 reps. Don't forget to rest between sets. The only time you take very minimal rest is when you're supersetting 2 exercises like we talked about last episode. Accessory A is a dumbbell shoulder press, 3x10. Accessory B is a single arm dumbbell row, 3x10 per arm. Your isolation A exercise is a dumbbell bicep curl, 3x10. Isolation B exercise is dumbbell lateral raise, 3x10. For your core, you're going to do a forearm plank, 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. And then for your cardio, you can walk, run, or bike, or whatever cardio machine you'd like to use for 15 to 20-ish minutes. Day 2, lower body. Main compound is going to be kettlebell goblet squat, 2 a box, 3x8. Accessory A exercise is alternating step-ups. These can be weighted or unweighted. 3x10 per leg. Accessory B exercise is kettlebell RDL or Romanian deadlift, 3x10. Isolation A exercise, knee extension machine, 3x10. Isolation B exercise, hamstring curl machine, 3x10. Your core is going to be Russian twists, 3x30 to 60 seconds. Cardio will be the same as above. Day 3, total body. Main compound, leg press machine, 3x8. Accessory A exercise, lat pull down machine, 3x10. Accessory B exercise, walking lunges, weighted or unweighted, 3x10 per leg. Isolation A exercise, single arm tricep pushdown, 3x10 per arm. This will be on the cable machine. Isolation B exercise, rear delt fly, 3x10. This will also be on a machine. Your core is going to be mountain climbers, 3x30 to 60 seconds. And your cardio is going to be the same as above for 15 to 20 minutes. Remember, with your cardio, you don't have to do all out. Some nice, good pace, your blood's pumping a little bit, but you're not running a marathon. That's perfect for your cardio. Aight, fam, you have your plan. After about 5 to 6 weeks of following this program, you can change things up. Keep the skeleton you have. The main compound, accessory, iso, core, cardio. But you can switch out some of these exercises. I think it can be helpful to keep a log of the different exercises you come across and organize them by body part. It's a great reference tool for if you're trying to substitute out a movement. I actually have a master exercise list in my Google Docs that I use. Maybe at your gym, you have a hip thrust machine. You could definitely switch out the leg press because they're both lower body exercises, and you can put that hip thrust machine right in its place. That's where the handy master exercise list is super, super effective. As you go through, you will learn. Don't overthink it too much. This information is here to help you navigate as you continue to learn, especially as you start out, because I'm sure you're going to have questions, and you can at least take these phrases and these words that I'm using and look it up on Google. Remember, if your goal is to build muscle and get stronger, you need to allow your muscles to repair and grow. Let's talk about the other ways you can support your goal of building muscle and recovering from your workouts. Sleep is probably one of the most important things that you can control in regards to your recovery. Personally, I strive for at least 7 hours of sleep every night, and I know that's not feasible for everyone, especially my friends who have the little small bebs right now. Get the sleep as you can. Stress management is also one of those key factors in regards to recovery and your fitness routine. If you are having some increased stress in your personal life, you may have to pull back a little in the gym, and that's okay. It's about meeting your body where it is on the day. Our bodies hold on to stress, and that can affect your performance in the gym. Some days, the skillet is hot and you can get to cooking. And some days, it's the exact opposite and your workout is pretty lackluster. As I like to frame it, there's a season for everything. The gym is a great tool for stress management, and sometimes it can also cause some level of stress. Like, oh my God, I have to get into the gym 5 times this week, or I have to lift this amount of weight for this exercise, or else I've gotten weaker. I have felt these things. I have thought these things. And I've had to change my all or nothing mentality in order to combat this mindset. Please don't be so rigid in your fitness routine that it affects the fun parts of your life. The way that I reframe these thoughts is, instead of, oh my God, I have to get there 5 times, I think, I know that I will be able to get to the gym 3 times this week, and that's okay. Again, it's leaning into the gray. And I think that's why I was finally able to get out of the cycle of working out, messing up, falling off the wagon, and then coming back around. Now I understand that it's okay to not be perfect with either my food or my workouts or my sleep or any of those things. Because I know at the end of the day, it's about what you do consistently, day in and day out. Those days add up and they accumulate. Remind yourself, you did not fail. It's all about the season. Strength training translates over to the rest of your life. You can get stronger physically and mentally. You can do hard things in the gym, which makes you capable of doing hard things outside of the gym. Things can get heavy sometimes, but remember, you are also strong. I remember when I was a junior in college, and I found it was called an A-B workout split. For the first week, you do workout A, then workout B on your second day, and then A again on your third day. Then the next week, you would start your week off with exercise B, then A, then B. I think I got through 1 or 2 weeks of that, and then I started to overthink everything. It was one of those times where I fell back out of training because I totally overwhelmed myself. I remember thinking, well, what do I do after this? Well, like, how long do I do this for? Am I even doing this right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? It was almost like a paralysis by analysis. But the nice thing is that I kept coming back to fitness, and I kept coming back to working out. I sought out resources. It was with those resources that led me to other resources, that led me to other resources. All that to say, it all comes together. You start asking questions as you go through. You look up resources, kind of like this podcast, and you get better at it. All of us started somewhere. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do owe it to yourself to show up and take care of yourself. I think about my patients, and I think about how my strength training allows me to transfer people who require maximum or total assistance to even move from sit to stand. I think about my patients and that I know that they want to be able to do things as independently as possible. And if that they had the opportunity to get out of their hospital bed and walk into a gym and pick up a dumbbell, they would be ecstatic. Because right now it takes 2 people to help them get their socks on. So the days that I feel really bleh and whatever, I think about how lucky I am that I have the ability to get into my car on my own, drive myself to the gym, walk in those doors unassisted, get on that treadmill without oxygen supplementation, and lift some heavy weights without anyone there to help me. I hope you enjoyed the podcast today. I had a lot of fun organizing this out for you. If you're interested in learning some more or you would like further examples, I do have a free 3-month beginner workout template. DM me on Instagram at Muscles and Malarkey if you would like it. And throw me a follow while you're there too, okay? If you have any questions on the content we covered today or any other fitness-related questions that you want some help with, email me at musclesandmalarkey@gmail.com. Please leave a review and subscribe. I'd love to hear your feedback. Yeehaw and yee claw, everybody.